Delaware Valley's leading news program with meteorologist Melissa McGee, Jeff Skaversky, Sarah Bloomquist, and Walter Perez.
He lost one of the greats. Talking about Mount Rushmore of basketball, and it was just a shock to everybody. He was one of the greatest basketball players of all time. I'm still in shock about it right now.
Tonight, the world is mourning the death of a legend. Former NBA superstar Kobe Bryant, the five-time NBA champion from Lower Merion, was killed in a tragic helicopter crash, along with his 13-year-old daughter and 7 others.
Tonight, the sports icon is being remembered for his amazing accomplishments both on and off the court. Kobe Bryant was just 41 years old.
Sunday night, and the big story on Action News is the loss of Kobe Bryant and the death of his daughter, 13-year-old Gianna. The two were among 9 people killed this afternoon when the helicopter they were riding in crashed in Calabasas, California.
And of course, we have extensive coverage of Kobe's death. Jeff Skaversky has a look at Bryant's athletic foundation here at home. Jeff Cherko is live at Kobe's alma mater, Lower Merion High School, and Bob Brooks is at one of Kobe's local favorites, Larry Steaks. But we begin with ABC's Romina Puga, who has the latest on today's deadly crash in Calabasas.
Sarah, Walter, fans are still walking around here mourning the athlete as investigators try to piece together what happened. This is the fiery scene where a helicopter carrying NBA legend Kobe Bryant and 8 other people crashed, killing everyone on board.
South of 101 helicopter went down.
Bryant reportedly traveling with his 13-year-old daughter Gianna to her basketball game when witnesses heard the chopper flying low.
Well, I heard a helicopter just flying just way too low, and I heard like a loud thud noise.
Fans around the world devastated by the sudden death of the icon, widely regarded as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Bryant was drafted to the NBA straight from high school in 1996, spending his entire 20-year career with the Los Angeles Lakers. The 18-time All-Star, winning 5 NBA championships as well as 2 Olympic gold medals.
The down years.
The 41-year-old, married, father of 4, retired from basketball in 2016. His 3rd all-time scoring record passed just hours before the crash by LeBron James. Bryant responding with what would be his final tweet, continuing to move the game forward at King James. Much respect, my brother.
I'm happy to be in any conversation with Kobe Bryant, one of the all-time greatest basketball players to ever play.
Inside the Staples Center, where Kobe spent his storied career, stars at the Grammys paying tribute. Fans gathered outside. And fellow NBA greats honoring Bryant on social media. Shaquille O'Neal posting on Instagram that there are no words to express his pain, calling Bryant his brother. Michael Jordan echoing that, writing, "I am in shock," calling Bryant a fierce competitor, one of the greats of the game and a creative force. The NTSB is now investigating the crash, looking at the helicopter's maintenance records to determine a cause. Meanwhile, tonight, Los Angeles buildings are lighting up purple and gold to honor the athlete. In Calabasas, California, Romina Puga, Channel 6 Action News.
Now let's go to Jeff Skaversky here in studio for a closer look at the beginning of Kobe Bryant's legendary career in Lower Merion. Jeff.
Kobe Bryant became the youngest player to play in an NBA game back in 1996 at only 18 years old, just a few months after graduating from Lower Merion High School, where he declared for the NBA draft.
Kobe Bryant decided to take my talent to I have decided to skip college and take my talent to the NBA.
Who could forget that proud moment and that smile? Kobe, who led Lower Merion to the 1996 state title, declared for the NBA draft. He was taken 13th overall by Charlotte. He played his entire 20-year career with the Los Angeles Lakers. He was an All-Star 18 times. He won 5 championships, including in 2001 against the Sixers. A year later, in 2002, he was the All-Star Game MVP here in Philadelphia. He was the league MVP in 2008. Kobe retired in 2016 at 37 years old. He's 4th all-time in points. A future first ballot Hall of Famer is remembered across the NBA tonight.
Kobe was an incredible family man. He loved his wife and daughters. He was an incredible athlete and a leader in a lot of ways. He inspired a whole generation of young athletes. This loss it's just hard to comprehend.
We'll have more reaction coming up in sports, including from LeBron James, who just passed Kobe on the all-time scoring list last night, as well as reaction from Michael Vick and so many others who touched their lives. Walter, Sarah, back to you guys.
Okay, Jeff, thank you. This is a live look now outside the Staples Center in Los Angeles, the home of the LA Lakers. Thousands of fans began gathering at the arena earlier today to honor Kobe Bryant. And look at the crowd tonight. Wow. Fans were actually asked to stay away from the venue, which was closed to the public because the Grammys are going on there tonight. But as you can see, that did not stop fans and the 18-time All-Star from showing up in force. Now let's go live to Jeff Cherico in Kobe Bryant's hometown of Lower Merion Township. And Jeff, countless neighbors and fans have told you they were inspired by Bryant and his career that started right here.
That's right, and many of them coming here to pay tribute to Bryant outside the Kobe Bryant Gymnasium at the high school here in Lower Merion Township. If you take a look behind me, you can see this memorial has been growing throughout the day. There are basketballs and flowers, messages of thanks, and of course his jerseys. You know, many sharing their thoughts with us tonight about the man who made his mark here before the world knew his name.
We lost one of the greats. Talking about Mount Rushmore of basketball.
In front of the gym bearing his name, lifelong fans bearing their souls.
It's just a big part of my childhood. He was what I watched. He is what I studied. He taught me how to play, how to compete, how to win, and how to lose.
Throughout the evening, a memorial grew. Mourners standing silent in tribute.
It's absolutely tragic. I mean, we were playing and the commissioner stopped the game and said that Kobe Bryant passed away, and it was just a shock to everybody.
The Lower Merion School District community is deeply saddened.
Shortly after news broke, a school district official offering condolences, calling Bryant an illustrious alumnus. The memorabilia and mural that adorn the gymnasium is proof enough of that.
Devastated, truly devastated. To the game of basketball, the NBA, anyone that just respected sports.
What did we lose?
A legend, a good guy, a classy guy.
My father used to play with Kobe Bryant at this gym with Coach Gianna, and he would always tell me stories about how Kobe would make him like the most driven man on the court. He would always want to guard Kobe because he was the best one out there.
The best at the game didn't forget where he came from.
He was so influential just in, the youth, making sure that they attained athletic skills, but also academic skills, opening those schools and giving back.
Tonight's sadness here for lives lost too soon. Bryant's former coach, Greg Downer, too heartbroken to speak, issuing a statement instead.
Mr. Downer said that he is completely shocked and devastated, adding that Aces Nation has lost its heartbeat.
Now, Bryant played here from 1992 to 1996. The district named the gym after him in 2010 after he made a sizable donation to the school district. So tonight, many remembering Kobe Bryant, not only for his talent, but also for his generosity. Reporting live in Ardmore, Jeff Cherico, Channel 6 Action News. Walter?
All right, thank you, Jeff. Action News reporter Bob Brooks is live at Larry Steaks in Winfield, where Kobe Bryant was sure to visit whenever he was in town. Bob.
Walter, it was no secret that Kobe Bryant loved to come here to Larry's. And I'll tell you what, tonight we spoke with a man who's been working security here at Larry's for many, many years, including when Kobe was in high school and used to come here clear through to the end of his NBA career. And he says Kobe Bryant never changed. Larry's was a little busier than usual tonight. 750. Fans of Kobe Bryant packed in as tribute. But most of the customers were glued to the TV news cycle of his death, rather than their cheesesteak.
When I heard it, I was like, wow, I didn't even want to believe it at first.
What we were just saying is, how can you even feel inspired about the rest of the NBA season? It just seems to overshadow them.
But tonight, we got a chance to sit where Kobe always did, in the back, with a little privacy behind the wall.
And it was a ritual for
We spoke with someone who knew as well as anyone what it was like when Kobe came in.
When he come in here, he wasn't Kobe, LA Lakers superstar. He was Kobe from Lower Marion.
DK Barkley is in charge of security for Larry's. He says this back table is where Kobe could let the guard down. In fact, Kobe was such a staple here, he's in the menu now. And the routine anytime he came in here was this. First, get the biggest cheesesteak they made.
In here, this is where he had fun. I never seen anybody could eat a belly filler like him.
But after that, no matter at what point in his career, rookie to five-time champion, he'd go out to the front and make time for the employees' children, and of course the fans who wanted to see him.
When you see him sit somewhere like this, you didn't see Kobe superstar. You saw Kobe a good person. That was the difference. He had that kind of aura. It wasn't like, oh my God, I'm looking at Kobe Bryant. No, it was Kobe.
And Sarah, that is what all of the employees said and called Kobe. They didn't say Kobe Bryant. They just called him by his first name. Now, the folks here at Larry says they're going to do a couple of things tomorrow. They don't know exactly what time yet, but they're going to hang a banner in his honor. They're also going to add an item into the menu, a cheesesteak named after Kobe Bryant. From reporting live in Winfield, Bob Brooks, Channel 6. Action News, Sarah.
Thank you, Bob. Immediately following the news of his death, reaction came pouring in from athletes and coaches who both played with and were inspired by the Lakers All-Star. This legend, Magic Johnson, sharing his grief tonight for Kobe, Gianna, and their family in a series of tweets saying in part, quote, "Laker Nation, the game of basketball in our city will never be the same without Kobe." The winningest coach in Temple University's women's basketball history, Dawn Staley, shared how her current team at the University of South Carolina can draw inspiration from Kobe's life.
Be a good friend, be a good bae, all of it, okay? Be true to who you are and true to other people. That's all we can do, because we never know.
Our coverage of the death of Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna continues on the 6 ABC app. There you'll find the latest on the crash investigation, a look back at Kobe's last NBA game, and his legacy at Lower Marion High School.
We have some breaking news to pass along tonight. Officials from William Penn Charter School in East Falls are working with health officials to determine whether an exchange student from China might be infected with coronavirus. The student is among a group of teenagers who caught a connecting flight out of Wuhan City, ground zero for the illness, before arriving in the U.S. We're told the child felt ill last week, has received medical treatment, and is actually feeling better tonight. Health department officials have reassured school administrators that the risk of any of the visiting students or chaperones having coronavirus is very low. Test results are due over the coming days.
Still to come here on Action News tonight, another person will have more on the death of NBA legend Kobe Bryant and his 13-year-old daughter.
Also, President Trump's defense team prepares to take the floor for a second time in his Senate impeachment trial. Melissa.
And Walter, we've got conditions that are pretty comfortable outside right now. We've got temperatures in the 30s in most locations. But as we get into the start of the work week, it will be dry with dry conditions across the region. We'll take a closer look coming up with the full and exclusive AccuWeather forecast.
That much more when Action News comes right back.
Celebrate 50 years of Action News with this limited edition coffee table book. Stories and pictures from Philadelphia's most iconic news brand. To order, visit 6abc.com. Proudly sponsored by your Quality Plus Ford dealers.
We continue our coverage of the death of NBA legend Kobe Bryant and his 13-year-old daughter Gianna after a helicopter crash today in Calabasas, California.
Annie McCormick live in the SAT Center with more on a local artist who used Kobe's local legacy to transform his old high school gymnasium in Lower Marion. Annie.
And Walter and Sarah, we're beginning to hear more and more stories about local people who had connections to the basketball superstar. One man is a local artist. Like you said, he created a mosaic specifically for the gymnasium at Lower Marion High School tonight. He spoke to us and told us about how he was able to present that piece of artwork to Kobe Bryant in person.
I think that particular action pose really captured his spirit. It shows the intensity in his face and the drive and the determination to win and all that in the context of his Lower Merion time frame.
Jonathan Mandel is talking about the mosaic of Kobe Bryant he created in his Ballard Kenwood studio in 2010. The artwork was commissioned by Lower Merion High School, specifically for the dedication of their gym in Bryant's name.
I think we all had a real pride about Kobe and his connection to Lower Merion.
For Mandel and his children, all graduates of Lower Merion High School, it was truly an honor. Already, Mandel was commissioned to do this mosaic of the school, and in the upper right portion, he detailed Bryant and his basketball team. Mandel was able to meet Bryant on the night of the gymnasium dedication.
I was just so taken aback about the gentleness and the humbleness of his nature. He wasn't at all abrupt with us. He was took his time, and we chatted, and we were fumbling around trying to find the iPhone so that we could take the picture in the moment, and he was just very low-key and very sweet, and I'll always remember that.
And now that the 41-year-old is gone too soon, Mandel said he is proud that this artwork will remain in his honor.
Sad in the context of it, but happy that I was able to immortalize him, that he got to see the portrait, liked it, and that capturing him in his youth right before he really hit big for all time, it makes me feel proud and happy.
So I asked Mandel, what did Kobe Bryant say to him about what he thought about the mosaic? He said that the superstar gave him a thumbs up and thanked him for making sure he looked handsome. Reporting live in the Satellite Center, Annie McCormick, Channel 6 Action News.
Good stuff. Thank you, Annie. After retiring from the NBA, Kobe Bryant dedicated most of his time to his family. In a 2018 appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live, he spoke about his daughter, 13-year-old Gianna, and her desire to play in the WNBA.
Do you think your daughter might want to play in the WNBA?
She does, for sure.
She does?
I mean, this kid, man.
Wouldn't that be great?
Dude, man, I'm telling you. The best thing that happens is when we go out and fans will come up to me and she'll be standing next to me and they'll be like, hey, you got to have a boy. UNV got to have a boy, man. You have somebody carry on the tradition, the legacy. She's like, oh, I got this.
Today, Bryant was on his way to a travel basketball game with his daughter when the helicopter crashed.
Following his legendary NBA career, Kobe Bryant also won an Oscar for his role as a movie producer. In 2018, the five-time NBA champion took home the top honor for his animated short, Dear Basketball. The short is based on a letter penned by Bryant in which he announced his retirement from the game that changed his life. News of Kobe Bryant's death first broke during today's NFL Pro Bowl in Orlando, Florida. After Zadarius Smith recorded a sack, he rounded up his NFC teammates, including Eagles' Fletcher Cox, and acted out a tribute celebration to Bryant. The NBA star's signature jump shot will have much more local reaction to Kobe Bryant's shocking death coming up in a few minutes in sports.
Moving on to other news tonight, there's now a 5th confirmed case of coronavirus in the U.S. as the death toll in China has now risen to 80. The latest case in Arizona. Officials there are warning that the spread of this virus is not slowing down. The Chinese government now confirms more than 2,700 cases of coronavirus have been diagnosed there. By comparison, influenza has killed 8,200 people in the U.S., including 54 children, since flu season began back in October. President Trump's defense team will resume arguments tomorrow morning, but it comes after the emergence of a bombshell new report saying President Trump told his national security advisor to freeze military assistance to Ukraine until officials there launched an investigation into Trump's political rivals. The report from the New York Times comes from a manuscript from a forthcoming book by former national security advisor John Bolton. Meanwhile, Bolton has already said in a statement that he would testify if subpoenaed.
There are plenty of road closures you're going to want to know about if you're planning to hit the slopes today.
Melissa back with another check of the AccuWeather forecast, and not a whole lot going on this week.
Yeah, and that's fine. It's a pretty quiet week ahead. Yeah,
we're getting into February, too.
And the next shot of wet weather comes as we get into the first weekend of February, actually. How about that? We'll show you what's going on outside. Sky 6 Live in HD. Looking from our Brandywine camera, looking at Boathouse Road, you can see we've got quiet conditions over at the Weather Center. Sky 6 Live in HD, looking at Philadelphia International. We've got a partly cloudy sky as we go throughout the rest of tonight. It's 35 degrees in Philadelphia, 37 in Trenton, 39 degrees in Beach Haven, 38 in Allentown, 40 degrees down in Dover. In the Lehigh Valley tomorrow, it's 44 with clouds and some sun. In Center City and at 46. So we're above average tomorrow. We should be close to about 41 this time of year, so not a bad start to our work week. Down the Jersey Shore, we've got a temperature coming in at 48. Satellite 6 along with Action Radar showing you lots of clouds moving to the north of our region. There's a upper level low that's currently moving on through. You can see the snow showers downwind of the eastern lakes here. So this will continue to pivot eastward as we go throughout the overnight hours and into the day tomorrow. So if you're north of the city, mainly up through the Poconos, there could be a stray shower. Other than that, we'll stay partly cloudy for the rest of tonight. It's cool. We'll dip down to 31 in the suburbs and 34 degrees in Philadelphia with that west to southwesterly wind at 7 to 14 miles per hour. So the setup for us on our Monday, we will have some sun and a shower is likely up through the Poconos. We've got a high temperature of 46 and upper level low will be moving on through. So some sunshine, then more clouds will bubble up as we go throughout the afternoon hours. Otherwise, we will stay dry across the region. On Tuesday, more of the same. There's a backdoor cold front moving on through, so another weak disturbance will be coming on in. It's a quiet pattern, though, up ahead this week with seasonable conditions. High temperature on Tuesday coming in at 43 degrees. So looking at the week ahead, the next 5 days look to be mostly dry with the exception of that stray shower up through the Poconos. Temperatures are either at or slightly above average. Then the pattern changes as we get into Friday. The clouds will start to thicken up, and then as we get into the start of the weekend on Saturday, there will be a chance of some precipitation. Right now, it looks like rain, but this is a system that we will have to track very closely for you. Here's exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast. On Monday, some sun, a shower up through the Poconos. Other highs, a high of 46. Partly sunny on Tuesday and at 43 for the high. Wednesday, seasonably chilly and at 42. Thursday, sunshine and some clouds and at 41. Still not bad. On Friday, mostly cloudy sky and at 43 for January 31st. Can you believe it already? Saturday and Sunday, we've got highs in the upper 40s, but we'll be tracking some precip and we'll keep you posted on any changes with that track.
That's good. Let's keep this winter thing moving along.
Rolling along. I
Move
like
it along. Thank you, Melissa.
Still to come on Action News tonight, we continue to remember the life and legacy of NBA legend and Lower Merion native Kobe Bryant.
That's coming up in sports.
Selfie?
All right, Jeff Skaversky's here with more on the untimely death of Kobe Bryant.
Never forget the first time watching him play 24 years ago at Lower Merion High School. You could just tell he was a special basketball player, and his greatness continued. One of the greatest to ever play is gone tonight. The sports world shocked and saddened by the tragic news. Kobe Bryant and his 13-year-old daughter among those killed in a helicopter crash in suburban LA. Before Kobe became an NBA legend, he gained national attention as a 17-year-old basketball star at Lower Merion High School, where he led them to a 1996 Pennsylvania State title before declaring for the NBA draft. Kobe then became the youngest to play in the NBA at 18 with the Lakers, playing 20 years in Los Angeles, 18 of them he was an all-star. Kobe won 5 NBA titles, including one against the Sixers in 2001. Kobe retired in 2016. Kobe's basketball resume speaks for itself. A look at the future Hall of Famer's legendary career. LeBron and the Lakers learned of the news while flying home from Philadelphia today. Just last night against the Sixers, Kobe was passed on the NBA all-time scoring list by current Lakers great LeBron James. LeBron now 3rd all-time, called it surreal. He first met Kobe here in Philadelphia in 2002. LeBron even paid tribute on his sneakers last night, writing Mamba for life. After the Sixers game, LeBron talks about his most memorable moments with Kobe.
I was a 15-year-old kid who was able to meet him. I was in awe.
you know, and he gave me a pair of his shoes. It's not just one. It's impossible to just single out just one of them, but it's cool to know that you have the support of one of the all-time greats that ever played this game, and someone that you admired.
The NBA shocked and saddened by the news today. There's a moment of silences, tributes across the league from New York to San Antonio. Philly native Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors among the teams taking shot clock violations. 24 shot clock violations to honor number 24. The NBA lost a legend.
The news is just devastating to everybody who knew him, known him a long time. Looking at my young players and seeing how emotional they are. They didn't even know him, you know, and it just tells you how far his reach was.
Sixers star Joel Embiid sharing this on Twitter today. In part, I started playing ball because of Kobe after watching the 2010 finals. I had never watched ball before that, and that finals was the turning point of my life. I wanted to be like Kobe. Rest in peace, legend. The Sixers also releasing a statement sending their condolences to the Bryant family. Kobe, of course, was a huge Eagles fan. In fact, he gave them a pep talk during their 2017 Super Bowl season. And who can forget the video of Kobe jumping around at his house like a little kid when they won the Super Bowl. At the Pro Bowl in Orlando today, a tribute to Kobe. Fans were chanting his name. Players taking the field, thinking about the NBA legend. Even a tribute here. Eagles defensive tackle Fletcher Cox among those paying tribute to Kobe. And then Cox in the third quarter, after the interception, ends up with the football and this touchdown. After the game, former Eagles quarterback Michael Vick remembered Kobe Bryant.
We swapped jerseys in like 2010 when they came down to play the 76ers, and you know, went and sat courtside and just enjoyed it, man. Was glad that I got a chance to watch him do so many great things for the NBA.
Tiger Woods grew up a huge Lakers fan and admired Kobe's fire and determination, his grit to win. Today, Tiger finishing the final round of the Farmers Insurance Open, unaware of the news until he walked off the 18th hole.
I didn't know until Joey just told me coming off 18 green. I didn't really understand why the people in the gallery were saying doing it for Mamba, but now I understand. It's a shocker to everyone. Unbelievably sad.
More tonight on Kobe Bryant, his life, his legacy, on Action News Sports Sunday, coming up in about 10 minutes at 11:45. And we will continue remembering the legacy of Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Jeff.
Okay.
More Action News right after this.
How does the automatic emergency braking in the Chevy
Chinatown's Lunar New Year celebration filled the streets with colorful costumes as part of a dazzling parade.
Philadelphians rang in the Year of the Rat with a day full of festivities. Community journalist Mateo was in the middle of all the action.
I've been doing this all my life. It's the fireworks, it's the lion dancing, it's the drumming, it's the music. It's just a Chinese cultural celebration.
If this is your first time, you're gonna be a little scared. The firecrackers are there to ward off spirits and to bring good luck into the new year.
We're gonna bring the lions out, we're gonna wake them up, and we're gonna start the parade, bringing in good fortune and good luck to a lot of businesses and the community. And there's certain places you have to do first out of respect, and then we'll be doing the entire Chinatown.
Everyone knows everyone. It's just a really tight-knit community. So just a nice opportunity for us to sometimes get together, you know, just take a little time out of our lives just to like help the community.
1, 2, 3. We're part of the Philadelphia Suns, who is a community-based organization dealing with all the youth in Chinatown. The Suns have been around for almost 50 years. We followed in the traditions of our older siblings and our fathers and grandfathers who began the cultural and the sports activities and the spiritual activities with the churches in the area. I'm born and raised in Chinatown, and I still live here. We're all volunteers on the Suns, and you know, it's just an opportunity for us to build community.
I actually first started like being really shy, not knowing what to do. Just being part of this really helped me get to know more people. Yes, the firecrackers and the lion might be really fun, but it's that feeling of community and togetherness that really is like the best part for me.
Chihuahua. More bold roast, blends, and flavor. Energy Headquarters.
Action News Sports Sunday is next here on Channel 6. Action News continues tomorrow at 4 a.m. with Matt O'Donnell, Tamala Edwards, David Murphy, and Karen Rogers.
Now for Walter Perez, Melissa McGee, Jeff Skversky, and the entire Action News team, I'm Sarah Bloomquist. Have a good night and a great week ahead.
Action News is sponsored by Horizon Services. Book a heater tune-up in October and get a free AC tune-up in the spring. More information at horizonservices.com.